Yo, please, you've done so well. Oh my God, he's beat my pace. Someone take the yellow. I beg. Ref, come on. Ref, you're over by 10 seconds, ref. Come on. Ball into the box. Oh, I skip past everyone. Ref, you can't keep playing, bro. The thing is done, ref. You're over by 20 seconds. This is, oh my God. Pepe. Watch him blow now. All right, good foul. All right, Lacaz's done well. Smith Rowe, they're just going to foul you. Smith Rowe pass it. They're just going to foul. Look at you, dickhead ref. The minute we go and do a counter attack, you want to do it. It should have been blown 20 seconds ago. I'm not going to lie, people. I'll take that. 0-0. We're going to get into it. Should we have got more, whatever? But I always say to you, like, if you can't win, don't lose. Please make sure you hit the like button. I was a nervous wreck. I don't tell you lot my business. I'm going to do a number one, and I'll be right back, folks. Hey, I was nervous. Get me? That's just how it goes, man. It is what it is. So yeah, what did you look? Before I get into my things, end of the day, it's finished 0-0, innit? Let me see what you lot are saying. I don't mind if I'm finding positives where there's none, but last season we might not have walked away with points. I agree. I can't lie though, the Brighton Blue bus looks concrete, reinforced today. Bro, is where it is, man. We're going to the international break. Listen, 4 games, didn't lose 12 points. We would have loved 12-1, but you can't win them all. Yes, we're going to get into it. There's a bag of things we could have done better defensively today, offensively today, system, everything. But considering all the variables, live to fight another day in it. It's not quite the what I thought we could do with the admin and whatnot, but it is what it is. What are you lot saying? Oh well. Why is it showing me this? How do I remove this? Oh, sorry. Microsoft is showing me don't know why it was showing me the current news. That ref is a nice person, I'd say. Lost most of 50-50s, and our attackers ran out of juice every time. Stayed up all night for the match and fell asleep. Awesome. Our midfield was overrun all game. Take the point and move. Brighton are in good form. Facts. Arteta set the team up bad. I'll take a point. This was a poor performance. Elsewhere in the Premier League, let me pause that so I can actually show you a lot of people. I think I've said that before. Burnley and Norwich drew 0-0. Chelsea 3, Southampton 1. Leeds won 1-0 against Watford. Manchester United and Everton drew 1-1. Wolves defeated Newcastle 2-1. And obviously, where Brighton and Arsenal are concerned, we drew 0-0. Share of the points, 2 points dropped. It is 2 points dropped. It's a point gained on one hand as well, if I'm completely honest with you. And to be fair to you, important to remember that's a Brighton side without Basuma. And that played 2 games this week. But not take advantage of them missing Basuma / 2 games. And to be fair to you, respect to Brighton, they stood up to be counted. It's a big week for them. Anyone praising this needs their heads checked. It ain't a bad draw, but I'm looking at Arteta. We got lucky. Potter on our list. Edu, you know what to do. This was pathetic from Arsenal. Harsh. 270 likes. Can we get to 300 people? We deserve to lose 3-1. Boy. Rather fortunate there. Very lucky to gain a point today. We move, man. We move, man. It is what it is. Good 1 point. Wasn't a bad draw. Knew this game would stink from last season. And I'll get into it, but I feel you got to look at it on both hands. There was things we did that were disappointing and all these things. But on the other hand, like you lot are saying, it's a good point. We could have lost this. We would have lost this last season. You know, as I keep saying, if you can't win, don't lose. You know, everything considered, we walk away with a point. It is what it is. As I say, you got to keep perspective. Yeah, there's expectation, and we could have won and maybe should have done a lot better today. But 4 games, 12 points. Let's be real. If you offered that to any Arsenal fan when we come off the back of Manchester City after getting our asses handed to us against Chelsea and Brentford, we would have taken that. We're not gonna win every game. We can't win every game. You know, we cannot win every game. It's impossible, really and truly. But and again, I'm not taking away. There are things we could have done better. You know, for me, too many stray passes in the midfield for me. Not really liking how we was playing out from the back. You know, when we did do it in the second half, it looked a bit better. You know, we're going long and we're a bit naive going long because we're against men mounting in defense. You know, Duffy, Dunk, all them guys are giants as it is. Aubameyang's on his J's. You know, we're not winning the first and second balls. It could have went different. Saying that, we had 1-2 chances that we could have exploited and we could have taken off our own back, which we didn't. And I'm sure Brighton's poor finishing cost them. Shout out to Brighton because they had 2 games this week and it's a big arcs on the team. And again, as I said at the start of this, they're going to want to react because against Crystal Palace, like how we're saying we're lucky to get a point, they were arguably in our shoes on the Monday. So both managers could do a lot better. More a point gain more a point gain for Arsenal than 2 points dropped for Brighton, if I'm honest with you, because it was one-way traffic for majority of it. But as I said, 4 games, 12 points. We didn't lose in it. We didn't win, but we didn't lose. We need to focus now. We've got Crystal Palace next. We've got whether Leicester are in form or not. Leicester haven't been playing amazing, but they're still a very decent side. So it is what it is. It is what it is, man. Really, we can't win every game. We move, man. Cannot believe I pulled an all-nighter for this, ruined for work for nothing. Hey, live for Planet X. Appreciate you being here. Make sure you go get some sleep and go get some coffee. Please make sure we're hitting the like button, people. You know, it's the last game before the international break, so we don't need to rush off anywhere. Not the worst result, not the best result, but I'll take a point given the negative, says Alexander Luna. Shout out all the members. Right, you're right there. Make sure you're hitting the like button and you're also following on Twitch, folks. NK has said our attack is disjointed. I'd agree. I think our attack in terms of the press and what we was doing in general, beyond when Lacazette came on and you saw a bit of it with Saka and Smith Rowe, very disjointed. I feel the pressing in particular was disjointed. The midfield, bit of teething problems. There was too many gaps. And you can't really afford to have gaps. And the things we're looking at and saying, you can't really do that going against Graham Potter. Again, Graham Potter probably thinking we needed 3 points today. And again, we need to remember we're playing an informed side. Again, Premier League, the beauty of it is everyone can beat everyone. As I said, for me, what I was lacking, I think we left the intensity at the Emirates, really. That intensity that was there in the North London derby, winning your first and second battles, we kind of bottled it today. You know, we gave away a number of sloppy passes. I feel a couple of players look ridiculously nervous. I don't feel we helped the man in possession. I feel, as I said, we gave the ball away. There was numerous moments that could have went against us. You know, I don't think we should have had a penalty shout, but in the game, yeah, I do think it's a pen. There is a bit of contact on Smith Rowe. We've seen them given, but, you know, arguably the last 2 games Ben White could have been given against Burnley and Spurs, so we'll take that in. It is what it is. We'll keep moving and things. I know Duffy, people say, but Duffy had a chance. You know in your heart that Duffy one is not a penalty, just like when Gabriel was appealing in the North London derby. You know in your heart that one there is not a pen. But you can't win them all, man. You can't win them all. We'll get into my extended thoughts in a bit, but yeah, man, I'm just enjoying what you lot have to say, if I'm honest with you. Aubameyang link up player suspect. Lacazette gave us something in the short time he was on. He was, you know, he did. And this was a game. Again, I'm looking at Arteta. You could see evidently Aubameyang, that hold-up play juice that was in the North London derby. It's not happening. You know, it's either take him off or go up there with 2. And as I said at the time, in the game, I'm thinking, honestly, in the first half, I'm thinking we need to go to a back three, you know. You can do it with the players in there. You might have to just pull Saka over to right back. Tomiyasu's looking a bit nervous in that channel so that it might help him. Or you can pull Tierney over and put Saka left back and do little chops and changes or bring someone in. But we're losing the first and second balls. We're gifting possession back. There's disjointed attacking and things like that. But you get the point, man. It could have been better. Smith Rowe needs to work on finishing / decision making in the final third. Facts, because there was that incident where he should have probably lifted it over the keeper or found Saka 10 years before he actually shot. You're right, but a 20-year-old that's been a professional footballer for 10 months, a real professional footballer in the Arsenal team for 10 months, I expect it. And for me, I think Smith Rowe, I don't want to find man of the match, but I'll give it to him. If he, you know, he looked on it from start to finish. If I'm completely honest with you, I feel Gabriel had a good game. I feel Ramsdale bit shaky with some of the distribution, but I feel he made a big save, which obviously these moments could go against us. But it is what it is, man. Just make sure you're learning your lessons and you're applying yourselves in a better standard. But I wouldn't say it's necessarily a negative day. I wouldn't say it's a positive. It's a day where we could have proven some credentials. I'm not going to lie. I did sit here and I was like, I'm looking at this game more than the Spurs game because obviously Spurs have a better side than Brighton. You know, they've got a better quality side. You could talk about coaching and all them things and say Potter's got it, but they've got a better side. If we played an informed Spurs, it might be a different story. Now, we can't be held accountable for that. You know, we just play who we play. We don't pick the fixture calendar. We definitely don't know what goes on with in Spurs' thing. But if we was playing an informed Spurs, it might have been a different story. So I was looking at this game purely because, yes, we've done we've done the double over them, but we don't really travel to the Amex well. They're in form. You know, they got three at their back. Are we going to match them? If not, how are we going to go against it? And I don't think I've necessarily learned too much, but same time, you didn't lose. Well, I would have loved you lot to win, and it would have proven your credentials and stuff. You didn't lose, you know. I don't want to say we lose this last season because we beat them last year. And to be fair, shout out to Brighton because this time last year they were dead. If I'm honest with you, but we didn't lose. Sometimes you got to do that. You can't lose. Yeah, it's 2 points dropped, and you don't want to do that too many times this season, but it is what it is. I mean, it was raining. Realistically, we knew Arsenal weren't turning up today. It weren't that perfect, sun shining, perfect cut grass. You know, it was wet. It was windy. You could see that in a number of mistimed challenges from players. You knew it weren't a wavy one today. You knew it. There was a couple incidences, despite, I feel, Brighton's dominance, where we could have won this game, but you knew it weren't happening, Arsenal fans. You knew in your heart, once you knew the weather, especially those of you that live in England, you knew Arsenal weren't doing it today. We live to fight another day. It is where it is. I'm a bit disappointed in Mikel Arteta. You know, I did feel you could have brought on Martinelli. You should have brought on Lacazette sooner. I know some of you are a bit more anxious to bring on subs, but I did feel at the time he brought on Pepe, it was a bit positive. I feel he took them off too late, but I feel it was big calls to take off Aubameyang and Odegaard, two senior figures. They weren't doing the business. You know, they weren't doing the business. But at the same time, I think you can't always just try and chase the win because someone could have ended up getting shagged this game. It is what it is, if I'm honest with you. Well, it was the weather. Man said sounded like Ty. No. That's where me and Ty are different. Shout out Ty. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying as an Arsenal fan, if you really follow this club, no excuses. And again, we know what's went wrong. But you looked at this today. You knew these men weren't turning up. You knew these guys are the fancy man. The weather, you know, my hair's getting messed up. How my hair ain't gonna stay in place. I'm just saying, we knew in our hearts that these weren't gonna do it. No clue where that is, my guy. But one love, Alex, man. It's crazy how far we're going, man. A decent point, but we need to punish Palace. Yeah, man. Trust me, you know when it's raining, Arsenal don't play well. Bro, I was walking in Brighton today and lost my umbrella. Weather was moving crazy. Bro, sometimes we just have to take a draw. It's a tough league. Oh, my facts. We think about what we could have done better. We discuss it, but sometimes it's better than saying we lose this. Because on another day, bro, I can't lie, bro. You've seen Arsenal concede 3-4 goals in situations like this. We should have been down, out, dusted in that first half, if I'm honest with you. Very shaky. And it was weird because I feel we started the better team in the game slightly, and then Brighton just showed levels in it. Tossart had a busy game. I feel Mupe didn't do much, but put himself about. Was shooting at least, probably trying too hard to give the Brighton admin on Twitter too much ammunition. Cucurella, very good game going forward. You know, very good game. The midfield men, I feel people stood up to be counted. They didn't look like a side that was missing Basuma or played twice this week. So it is what it is. Very disappointed with generally what else Arsenal was doing beyond that point, anyways. But you're gonna do, man. The results gone in it. Like, it is what it is. I knew what it was when I saw it pouring. We had better chances, as bad as we were. Facts. We could have robbed the game. On another day, we talk about we smash and grab. If Smith Rowe finds Saka or if he scores, it might have been a smash and grab thing. Our attack still needs a lot of work. Today was an affirmation of the back five, though. Clean sheet is a W for them. Yeah, it is. That's one thing that's probably gone over my head as well. It is a clean sheet. Should have got a clean sheet against Spurs, so fair play to that. But you're right, our attack needs work, really and truly. And you know, there was one change in the starting lineup, Lokonga for Partey. So I don't know what was going on. I do think playing against a back five, until we get an elite way of playing and some elite players, we can't really just say, you know what, we're doing this forward thing. I think we should have matched them. Now, if we won the game, like certain people are saying, then I don't really have a leg to stand on to talk about that, but we didn't. Not gonna lie, very, very lucky clean. Bro, it happens. Gabriel, Ramsdale, White carried, can't lie. Two traditional wingers would have dominated their backline, and that's what I think we needed. Smith Rowe was busy, but I just feel, again, Coriella, there was, you know, Tomiyasu isn't a fullback that clearly doesn't want to go forward like that, right? Saka plays quite. Saka once or twice was doing his thing, but Dan Burns there alone, innit? Dan Burns fighting and all of these things. So immediately Saka's out the game. You don't really have to think about going backwards. I do think, as you said, you go with more traditional wingers, then you pull and you match them. You pull it on them. Or if you go with Laka and Aubameyang up front, you've got two-man pressing. You could probably shoehorn Smith Rowe into, not Smith Rowe, sorry, Odegaard into that. You've got a three-man press. They're going to have to go long. And then obviously we can start to match them with a back three, you know, the first and second balls. I think that's what we could have done. But end of the day, we walked away with a point in it. Only one change. Should have played better, but we walked away with a point. There's something in that, I guess. Partey and Sambi are very bad defensively. I think that's harsh. I think it was quite scrappy, though. I think Sambi Lokonga's got a lot to work on. I think today was a reality check for some of. Hello? What happened here? Sorry, we back. Sorry, folks. The sound went. But I think today was a bit of a reality check, you know, a bit of a reality check for Tomiyasu. You know, it's been a whirlwind. You know, it looked a bit overwrought today, if I'm honest with you. Looked a bit overwrought. Toughest, you know, 45 looked really tough. There was a real 10-minute passage towards the end of the half. Looked very tough. You know, Ben White, I don't think he did anything bad today. But again, reality check for everyone, really. Really impressed with Gabriel, man. Only players that get above a 5, in my opinion, is Ramsdale, Gabriel, White, and Partey, because he was pinging it and turning well. We missed Xhaka. I mean, we played like that without Xhaka, but I do think we did miss him because he competes a bit more and he'll get a bit more on the ball. I think that's why we miss a midfielder that can dictate. But it was always a losing battle with our formation, I feel. Aubameyang needs to play better. The Spurs game was a fluke. That's harsh. Their left back had Tomiyasu in his pocket. Very poor game. And Tini had a poor game too. That was our build-up done. Emil Smith Rowe, Arsenal man of the match. I would probably say so. We got bullied in midfield. Got bullied all over the park, really. It's a reality check. And again, it is for fans. Like, people are forgetting. Not that many fans are, but certain fans might be forgetting this Arsenal team's level. Same way it was all doom and gloom in 3-point when we lost our first 3. Might be thinking we've upped the levels after 3 games. When it's not adapting. This club has a long way to go. There's a half decent platform now. Winning these 4. Well, I say winning these 3 and drawing 1. But you can't draw any conclusion. There's a long way to go. As you saw today, this looked like a bunch of 23-year-old Max. Very naive. You know, people are not following runners. People are letting Brighton out of pockets that they shouldn't have been about. Not really an importance on winning the first and second balls. Unnecessarily getting caught on the ball. They're going to have many performances like that. And there's games like that we're going to lose. The scoreline is going to be 4-5-0. because that's what it should have deserved at a point. There was a point, credit to us. We started moving to them, getting on top of them, presenting them with some problems. You know, we ironically did have some good chances. It felt like one-way traffic. It probably was all Brighton, but it felt like we had some opportunities. We could have nicked it. We all remember the Smith Rowe one. I think Saka had a half-decent effort. Yeah, man, they're too little, too late. I feel Pepe bit hit and miss off the bench, clearly, and, you know, couldn't get himself focused for the game. I think Lacazette, you know, came off the bench and affected the team positively. But I think, ironically, that sums up Lacazette, because if you look at it, Lacazette's involved in the build-up play. But when Smith Rowe and Saka break, I want my striker there, you know. I want my striker yelling at Smith Rowe, but he's not there. So that's the good, bad, and the ugly of certain players' qualities. You know, Aubameyang, Odegaard missing today. People love forgetting how bad Xhaka was against Brentford and City and Chelsea. He wouldn't have done anything today. They outplayed us everywhere. Men against boys. Obo wasn't flowing with the one-touch football with the three men behind him. Arteta is not the man for the match. The team was set up bad. That second half save, though, missed that Brighton were lining up to finish it. I'm actually quite fine with a draw. Obviously, it's gutting not to get a win, but a draw against a good Brighton side away, I'm taking it. Hate that every time Pepe comes on, Saka goes left. To be fair, it did start the other way. I think Saka might have said, you know what, you go elsewhere. And to be fair, I would have said that because Pepe's got the fresh legs. Cucurella is flying forward. I would have done that. Ramsdale was man of the match. He made a big save. When we get pressed, we need Laka more than Oba. He's useless in these type of games. I've never actually seen any team 100% of their games win 100% in their games in the league. I don't think anyone is suggesting that, Omar. It's like Brighton knew our game plan, should have gone for a different attacking lineup or at least made the subs earlier. The average age of Arsenal starting 11 versus Brighton today is 22.5, making it eligible to play in Premier League 2 exactly. Gabriel was mad today. Xhaka didn't play today.